Alright, so today we're going to replace the muffler on a 2400 series Land Cruiser. Mine's just got a lot of rust in it. I don't know if you can be able to see this down here, but it's got some holes in it. So what that does is makes the car rattle a little bit when the engine's running, and also I think it causes the car to have some mileage issues, gas mileage issues. So this is a Bosal unit specific to this car that I ordered. Is about 160 bucks, which should save us a little bit of money. So I'm gonna turn the car on and show you guys what it sounds like. All right. All right, so there's two sets of upstream bolts that we're gonna have to pull off of this thing. And there's the muffler there. And you can see the first set there. It's just rusted to hell. I've been hitting that with PB Blaster once a day for the last week. And I also put some rust converter on it. And then the other one is just in front of the front of the muffler. So I'm gonna try to do what I can to get those bolts off, and hopefully I won't have to do any grinding. I can just get them off with a socket. All right, so quick status update. We're able to get some of these bolts out. They're pretty rusted in there. Honestly, the thread's just ripped off. And this is all stripped out because the rust on there. So that's gonna be a tough one to get out. And then over here, same deal. Got one out on this side, and then on the other side, a little stripped out right there. All right, so there are 4 bolts up there, and every one of them that I've gotten off has snapped off. They are so old and corroded that they won't even turn out of their sockets. There's one more left, and it's totally stripped out. I'll show it to you in the next clip, but I'm gonna have to Dremel it off. So we'll see how that goes. All right, that's the bolt. This bit up here is just so stripped out that I can't get anything to turn it. And if I turn this in, the whole bolt just turns together. So I'm just gonna Dremel, I don't know if I'll be able to get in to Dremel this part, but if not, I'll just Dremel the head off and go from there. All right, we finally got this exhaust out, and it was not easy. That thing is rusted to hell. You can see the holes in it all over the place. And the hardest part about this was, as if the bolts weren't hard enough, they're these rubber hangers. And the Toyota parts have these little knobs that you have to force back through. So I just knocked the rust off these knobs with a wired brush and then greased them. And then used a hammer to kind of use the back of the hammer to grab that plastic and slide it off. And there are 3 of those hangers. The back 2 I kept in one piece. This front one was such a pain in the ass, I just cut it off with a razor, and I'll replace that at a later time. But the front of the exhaust supports itself pretty well with the 4 bolts that we're gonna put in. So next step is to take apart this, one more thing about taking it off. This clamp was right here like that, and I ended up just grinding it off with a Dremel because you can see that bolt head was not looking too pretty. So grinded that off, opened it up, and then slid off the muffler. But we've got to take this apart and take this this weight, which is a well, that doesn't look right. Actually, that is not supposed to be in there like that. So that's probably why I had so much rattling. That's supposed to be like bolted and suspended to the muffler to counteract vibrations and stuff. But yeah, that was that rattling sound I was hearing. So anyways, we'll buy a new one of those and fix that too. All right, so we ended up taking this bit apart, and it looks like this weight, metal weight resonator had just broken off over time. So like I said, I'll I'll buy another one of those and put it on the new muffler. And I just took the bolts off of that and saved them. Just stuck them in here to save them for now. Not the best quality on this Bosal unit. The weld on the nut, this nut's a welded nut, is too close to this edge, so that rubs as it goes through, and I'm not sure I'll be able to get the bolt in the other way. And this is to mount the cage that goes around the resonator. There's a little bit of weld splatter there on the thread, so that's pretty much worthless. I think I could maybe file that off, but I don't have any files on me right now, so it's neither here nor there because we don't have a resonator or a resonator cover. I'm gonna go ahead and install this thing. I'm gonna start with the back by sliding these pieces into the rubber and putting this together. Then I have the clamp that goes around here. I'll show you in a minute. And I have 2 gaskets for the front. Recording. All right, here's the clamp that I got that I mentioned. I'm just gonna go over like that and tighten down. And then I've got 2 gaskets. I'll share the part numbers for these that go just in this little area, and they'll get crushed and keep everything airtight, more or less. All right, new units installed. I got hardware from the hardware store. I did not want to wait for the Toyota stuff. I'll probably replace that at some point in the future with OEM hardware, but one more bolt to put in there. But this is where you can see right here, between these two, is where I cut off the rubber piece. And I should be able to just buy one and slide it back on now that it's hooked up. So that's that end. And then that's the clamp end. And you can see this thing's on those rubber hangers pretty good on both sides. All right, so the muffler install is complete, and I'm gonna start her up in a minute and show you guys what it sounds like, but it is so much quieter. That like gargly rumbling sound is gone, and it's just much quieter when you're on the gas. So go ahead and do that. But another thing I've noticed is that I'm getting a lot better gas mileage too, which I was hoping would go up. Had been getting around 8.5 miles to the gallon beforehand, and now I'm back at what's pretty normal, 13, 14, 15. But there you go. It is installed and it's so quiet. One other thing about this is the gaskets that I bought. I don't know if they were wrong, the wrong part numbers or what, but I looked them up and they just didn't work. The gaskets that would go between the muffler and the upstream exhausts, the 2 components, they were like too small almost. So they didn't seal anything up. I ended up using the gaskets that were already in there. They're a little rusty and stuff, but they were a little bigger and spongier than the ones that I bought. And once I put those in, it sealed it up really good, and it's super quiet now. So that's it. Hopefully gas mileage keeps going up, and thanks for watching.